I'm sitting here with the partner slash owner of Lodovico and Associates. I'm here with Antonio Lodovico. Mind if I call you Tony?
Not at all.
Okay. We got some questions here for you today.
Sure.
One question is, what is one question they always ask at an interview?
The one question that they always ask in an interview is where the applicant would be 5 years from now. If you're sitting and talking to somebody about what they want to do out of life, you can have a current benefit or a future benefit. But if I'm talking to somebody, I want to know what their life is going to be 5 years from now, what they expect out of life. Do they want to have a family? Do they want to be an owner of a business? Do they want to be somebody that they would have control of their position? So a big thing in my interview process is, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Well spoken. Next question would be, what is one thing that immediately makes you dismiss an interviewee?
Well, the biggest thing about me and about my organization as an accounting firm is their appearance. Their appearance is very, very important to me. If they have earrings, if they have tattoos, if they have long hair, if they have a beard, if they have something that indicates to me that their professional look is very important to me, because their image of what they look like is a reflection of what I am as a business that I have to portray in my clients. So if you have tattoos, if you have earrings, if you have nose pierced, if you have tongue pierced, I think that's a weak person. I think that's somebody that doesn't realize that life goes on with trust and confidence and with loyalty, that says to a person interviewing them that, you know what, I'm my own person, and I need to show you that I need to worry about everybody else rather than worry about myself.
Well, you seem like you've been practicing for this. Alright, last question we have for you today is, what is one piece of advice you'd give to a future interviewee?
First of all, that's a great question.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
I thought of it on my own.
That's one of the questions that the future advice that I would have to ever ask anybody, or anybody I would give advice to, is there's three things in life that you always have to remember. Okay? There is family, there is faith, and there is loyalty to what you truly want out of life. Okay? Family is very important because that has to deal with the people that you surround yourself with. Whether you surround yourself with somebody that you want to be or somebody that you want to help is very important, because there's a lot of things in life today that people don't have, and you know that by family, and you know that by what they expect out of life. The second thing is faith. You always have to have God. You have to have something that you believe in. Because if you don't believe in anything, then you don't have nobody to account to. You don't have anybody to pray to. Anybody that says, it's okay to do this. It's, maybe I did wrong, but now I need to do right. And you need somebody to account to. So I think faith is something that you need to have, which is a God, a belief that you need to have. And you need to have loyalty. You need to have dedication. There's so many words that I could actually put into this. But I think at the end of the day that you have to remember that you have to be loyal to yourself. You have to be something that you want to do for yourself that can give back to others. And giving back to others will make you fulfill the faith, the family, and the loyalty that you need out of life, because that's so important for you to succeed, not only in your career, but your life as a human being. Your life as somebody that you got to believe in yourself. And you got to make sure that whatever you do is making sure you're happy with yourself.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have.
Give me another question.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today.
One more.
One more.
One more. Spontaneous.
I don't really.
Well, you
Pay
got to
attention
come
in
up.
class,
Now you
but-
put me on the spot here, so I gave. That's all I have as a question, and I think they were very well answered. I think in the overall of this interview, I would like to thank everybody for being a participant of this. And please, whatever we say, please edit it and make sure that you get the right words when they're said at the right time.
Well, we thank you, Antonio Lodovico, chairman of Lodovico and Associates.
I'm not a chairman. No, I'm not the chairman.
CEO.
I'm a worker.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm here with Matt Lamb, Superintendent of Gas Transmission Operations, and we have some questions for you today. Question number one is, what is one question you always ask in an interview?
In a large corporation such as Dominion, our interview process has become very standardized and really limits our ability to get to know a candidate. So I always like to ask, why should we hire you? It gives a candidate an opportunity to describe their characteristics and describe what they can bring to our organization.
Question number two is, what is one thing that automatically dismisses a candidate in your eyes?
It's important not to pick any one thing on any one person, but being late, being unprofessional, and being disrespectful is definitely a point deduction.
And number three is, what advice do you have for any future interviewers?
Do your research. The internet provides an enormous amount of information very quickly. So search the company that you're getting ready to interview for. Learn their goals and objectives. It allows the candidate to be able to speak very intelligently, know the concepts, speak the language, and it shows that you have the ability to get prepared.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Ryan.
Well, hello there. You know, what I figured out from my interview with Antonio Lodovico, chairman of Lodovico and Associates, was that when he interviewed, he liked to interview people who were family-oriented and people who had their minds on the right track, looked professional, spoke professional. He also liked to interview people who were going to be family-oriented, and that's what I found from my interview.
Hello. A couple things I learned with my interview with Matt Lamb, Superintendent of Operations at Dominion Gas Company, is that for every job, there's not going to be a perfect candidate. So just go in, give it your best, be as professional as you can, and just apply yourself in the professional manner that you would need to get a certain job.